Divine Diva, Divine Diva, Divine Diva. Hey, hey, Divine Diva. Hi guys, this is Divine Diva. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Today we're going to be doing a rose resin cuff bracelet. I've already mixed my resin, so we're just going to get right into it. This should be a real hot bracelet. Everyone loves roses, and who wouldn't want a bracelet with roses? This is a great Valentine's Day gift, Mother's Day gift, and just any birthday gift, anything, okay? So we're going to get right into it. Okay, I've already mixed my resin. This is a 2-to-1 resin, and I'm just going to go ahead and pour the resin in. I'm just taking my hand and kind of pulling the mold back a little bit. And we're going to fill it not completely to the top, but almost. We want to leave some room to where the roses have enough space. I'm going to just start placing my roses, and I'm going to try to put the small ones in, because this mold is pretty thin. It's not real wide, so you know, you may have a couple of lumps and bumps, but we're going to try to avoid that by putting the small roses in, and just start placing them in there. And I actually bought these roses, I think it was Rose Tea, and I got it off of eBay. Ooh. Put it in there. And I'm just taking the mold and I'm folding it back and placing the roses in there. Kind of pushing them down. I'm pushing it down in there. And I definitely need more resin. But I'm going to try to get most of my roses in, and then I'll pour some more resin over top. I don't want to put too many roses in because the bracelet will kind of be unstable. It'll be easy to break. So just kind of want to put enough roses in, but not too many. Rose petals work great. You can put anything inside of resin. It's a big experiment at the end of the day for most of us. Okay, I'm just going to put a few more in here. Just going to put a few more down in here. And kind of push the ones that's at the top down. Okay. I think this is going to be it. This is going to be a lumpy bracelet if we don't get it. Try to kind of get it even, so your bracelet will have a nice shape. So I'm going to go ahead and pour a little bit more resin over top. And it should seep down into any pockets or any spaces that hasn't been filled. So we're just going to pour this in. Let's see, I'll try to give you a close-up to what's going on. If you can see the roses in the inside, and see where there's a lot of space right there, that's going to be completely clear if we don't get roses in there. Okay, so I'm just going to take my wooden stick, kind of reshuffle and poke it down some. I want it to have a pretty visual look, you know, when people look at it. I don't want all the roses to be in one spot. I don't want it to be wobbly and looking crazy. I want it to be pretty. So And guys, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm going to be bringing some real nice stuff. I've been making jewelry for 13 years, so I'm going to bring you guys everything that I know. It's one of those things you can't take it to the grave with you. Why not share it? So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm getting this resin all in my hands. So that's why it's good to have 2 gloves on. I have 1. I'm kind of opening it up, letting the resin just do its thing and move all around. I'll just give you a close-up so you can see what's happening. I don't know if you can see in there, the bubbles are kind of coming to the top. I'm just going to go ahead and take the lighter and just run the lighter over top of it. And that's going to pop any bubbles that's at the top. I'm just going to top this off because I want all my roses to be covered. I want everything to be encased in it. Guys, another tip for getting the bubbles out, if you just take your mold and just squeeze it, just give it a little squeeze around, the bubbles will start rising to the top. So I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. You see that? Give it a little squeeze and then the bubbles will rise to the top and they should pop. If they don't pop, then you just take your lighter and pop them with the lighter. Just run the flame over it real quick and the bubbles will pop real quick. I'm going to come back, I'm going to demold it, and then I'll show you guys how we're going to sand it down and how we're going to dome it. And then it'll be complete and ready for you to wear. I'll be back. Okay, it's been a little over 24 hours and it's completely cured. And I'll show you what it looks like up close. It's very pretty. Crystal clear. There's just a few little micro bubbles in the top, but that's good because roses hold a lot of air. Let's dry it out. But it still has a lot of air inside, so it creates a lot of bubbles. But you see right there, that was a bubble that was in the front. So you do have a few little bubble holes. For the most part, it came out pretty smooth. And if you hear a lot of noise outside, guys, I apologize. I live in a noisy neighborhood. But this is the bracelet. So here's the top part of it. And I have gone ahead and just sanded it down. And the way I sand it, I just put it on some sandpaper and just go around until the bottom is completely smooth. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's pretty much smooth. It has just a little dip in it. That's not going to affect it. So I'm going to show you guys how we're going to dome this. So for me, I'll keep this for myself, but if I sell it, I'll definitely have to make sure that it's perfect. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to dome it, and I'll show you how we're going to dome it. So, ooh, I know I'm close. But here's my resin. It's still liquidy, it's still watery. And I'm just gonna take my wooden stick, wipe it off a little bit, and then just start letting it just drip right in there. And I'm just wiping the resin, kind of leading the resin down. I'm just kind of leading the resin down, letting it kind of flow by itself, but I'm just shifting it over, making sure it doesn't run off. But resin is This resin is definitely, it's self-leveling, but it will creep to the edges and just stop. It won't flow over if you have it completely flat. Now, if you have any holes or any dents, if it's not level, it will spill out. Then that's going to be a mess. You have to wait for that to cure, or you can wipe it off. But if not, you can wait for it to cure, sand it off, put a little bit more resin on it. I'm just wiping it down. Okay. It's looking good. But I'm extra, so I'm just going to put just a drop more, but it's looking very good. Just a drop more. And a lot of times when I say just a drop more, it's too much and then it spills over somewhere. But right now, this is looking good. And if you want a high dome on it, wait for your resin to get a little thick, kind of like honey. And then you can put it on and it'll give you a higher dome. But I don't want a high dome right now. I want a low dome. Whoops. I'm going to let this cure for 24 hours. I'm going to come back and show you the final product.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold